Hi, my name is Hilde Movafagh. I am from Norway, which is a part of the Northern Europe and Eurasia Central Conference. I was a part of the group making the Christmas Covenant, and I would like to tell you why I think it's the best option for our church.
I am the rector of the United Methodist Seminary in Oslo, in Norway, and also a teacher and chaplain at MF Norwegian School of Theology, Religion and Society. And welcome to my office. The ministry of the church takes place in many different contexts, and the contextuality of ministry and mission is a key in the Christmas Covenant. We need to be church in different ways in different places. Culturally, we do have different preferences for worship and music. We have different rules and regulations for work life. We understand human sexuality very differently, what the family is, how large it is, how to deal with social concerns, what to expect from society when it comes to education, healthcare, and participation. When we are church in all these contexts, the church and our mission looks differently. And it is the best for all of us to be the church in the best way possible in the context we belong to. That is one argument for the Christmas Covenant. Another key in the Christmas Covenant is regional equality, and specifically that all the central conferences becomes regional conferences, and that USA too creates a regional conference. In that way, we are all equal entities who have freedom to make decisions fit for our region, and at the same time in connection with each other. And that kind of freedom, of course, means to give freedom to the others to make decisions that we would not make, but that is the price to pay. In my mind, this is not a new idea. A certain amount of independency, of ability to make our own decisions is important. This is important both for Africa, Europe, the Philippines, and for Eurasia. But it is important for America too. There is no place for Americans to discuss American UMC policy, American strategy for the church, the best way possible to be United Methodist in America. Except that takes up quite much space at the General Conference. And I find it really strange that all the rest of us participate in making American decisions. It takes up a lot of time and resources, and I believe Americans make the best decisions for America, just like Africans make the best decisions for Africa. By creating an American regional conference, this place of discussions and deciding American policy, strategy, and church life is established. At the same time, the General Conference can focus fully on global issues and probably be a week shorter. As you can hear, I believe the changes suggested in the Christmas Covenant is the best way for the church to work in the future, in all the regions we have in the church, and that we meet at the General Conference for discussing the global church we all belong to.
The third key is to be together in mission. The global United Methodist Church has given me so much. I have been lucky. I have been a part of conferences, task forces, and I have been given opportunities that I have embraced. I have friends in the United Methodist Church all over the world. I appreciate being together in mission with people from other cultures and who are church in a different way than I am. This is so valuable to me that I do not want to let that go over disagreements. The disagreements are important, and we differ on things that means really a lot to us. Still, supporting each other in being church in our local churches and cultural contexts is an expression of the United Methodist connection that I do not want to let go. Therefore, I pray for us to hold the church together. Being together in mission means to be connected and at the same time give each other freedom and respect that freedom. but it also means to focus together on being church. Being church in new and relevant ways, to address the polarization we experience in our world today, to fight poverty, injustice, and poor health conditions together, to spread the gospel together, live in the grace of God together. The Christmas covenant is one way of keeping the togetherness of the mission of the church, and at the same time provide a way to have freedom to be church in the way mission works best in our context. The Christmas covenant is not perfect, and it does not solve all our disagreements. For instance, Europe, where I come from, will have to work hard and maybe reorganize to find ways of being church together. But I believe the Christmas covenant is a helpful framework for being a United Methodist Church in Europe and in the world. Being a contextual church, establishing regional conferences with abilities to make relevant decisions and to focus together on the mission of the church. These are the keys in the Christmas covenant. I recommend that as a way forward for our church.